Hey everyone, what's up? Today I'm bringing you another get ready with me. Hold on. I have something in my eye. And I'm sitting here because my mirror's right here, and this is always where I do my makeup. So this is what I'm used to, and I'm wearing a work shirt, so I'm trying not to show myself. This lighting is not the greatest, but since I have my mirror here, I don't know where my little handheld mirror went. I was going to do my get ready with me where I usually do, but I don't know where my mirror went, so now I have to use this mirror. Today I'm going to be talking about my makeup addiction and how I overcame it. I'm not the best at telling stories, and I don't really think I have a lot to say, so it's a good thing I do like basic makeup, but I'm also going to try to remember to tell you what I'm applying and all that. So I'm finally breaking into my Clinique moisturizer. I have the one with the pump. I have this one, and with my nails, like, I can't really dig in there, so I might actually just take my stippling brush after I wash it and get the rest out of there, or I might just consider it done. But today I'm finally using this one. So I first started wearing makeup in 7th grade, and I only wore like mascara and eyeliner, eyeliner on my waterline. And I remember I always got the CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus, something like that. I don't know. My sister still uses that eyeliner to this day, I believe. And then the mascara, I believe, was CoverGirl. It was like in a white tube. I just remember that, and I think it was like Specify for blue eyes. Now I'm taking my e.l.f. eyelid primer and just priming my eyes. So that's all I wore for probably about a year. I don't know. Actually, no, probably more than that. I don't think I actually really got into makeup till about 9th grade. And even when I first got into makeup, I remember I just added like a pressed powder. I didn't wear a liquid foundation. I didn't do any of that. I don't think I really got into makeup till probably my senior year in high school. I remember that's when I got the Too Faced Natural Eye Palette. I finally it's actually still in my closet because I was taking pictures of it for Instagram, but I'm not using it anymore. So yeah, we're not gonna. So if you know, I don't know if anybody knows how old I am, but you can do the math and figure out how old that palette is. And it was fine. It wasn't irritating my eyes or anything, but I'm just going to take out all the products that I think I'm going to use today. Not sure. Sometimes I just put foundation on and I'm like, okay, I feel like I look fine. Sometimes I'm like, girl, put some color on those cheeks. Sometimes I do concealer, sometimes I don't. That way, when I'm done with the product, I can just throw it back in my bag. So then, once I actually started into makeup is around the time when I started watching YouTube videos. And of course, I started with Juicy Star 07. I started with All That Glitters. They're like the only two that I really remember. I watched Emily Noel, but that wasn't right at the beginning. I was watching big YouTubers, and I would literally I would just search makeup collections, and I would watch people's makeup collections. Now I'm taking my Essence Get Big Lashes mascara and just applying that. Typically I don't curl my lashes. I don't know. I don't really feel the need to. So I was like, oh my god, I need a big makeup collection. So I would just go out, and if I saw something in somebody's makeup collection that I thought was cool looking or cute, I would go out and buy it. I wouldn't look at reviews or anything on it. I would just buy it because somebody else had it and I liked the look of it. And 9 times out of 10, it was a terrible product or it didn't work for me, and I would never use it. I had all this makeup that I really didn't need. And then somewhere along the way, I'm taking my e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, in the lightest shade, in light ivory, and I just apply this. I probably shouldn't do this, but I just do this and then blend it in with my fingers. I try not to put that much on because when I do it that way, there's always more in like this little section, then I think, so I always just try to do a little bit, and then if I need more, add more. So I had all this makeup that I really didn't need and didn't use, and at the end of the day I really didn't want it because I didn't use it. I have never been the type to force myself to use a product I don't like, whether, I mean, like, if it doesn't like cause me reactions, that's one thing, but like some products did, and I'm like, why? I'm not gonna force myself to use that for sure. But a lot of times, and I mean, granted, I would use it like once and I'd be like, no, I don't like this. I wouldn't really give my makeup product a chance back in the day, and I would only use it the way it was intended to use. So like, I never thought to take a contour shade in a whole face palette that I've never used and use as an eyeshadow. I never thought to maybe use blush as a highlighter, which I do now. So if it didn't work for the way it was intended, I didn't use it. I thought it was bad product. I was like, what, a senior freshman in college? I had this big makeup collection and I was very satisfied. Actually, I wasn't even satisfied with it. I was like, I need more makeup. Like, this makeup collection is like half the size of, or a quarter of the size of, like, all these big makeup YouTubers. Like, I need more. And I would see other people make videos and they're like, wow, all these people, they don't use all that makeup. Do these girls not realize? And guys, back in the day, I didn't really see that many guys on YouTube doing makeup. But anyway, do these people not realize that this makeup's gonna expire? You're not gonna use it all, you're just wasting money. And I was like, they're just haters. But now, in hindsight, like, yeah, you're right. So then somewhere along the way, actually recently, probably like a year or two ago, I started getting into like project panning. I don't even know how I stumbled across one, but I stumbled across one. But then really recently, like within the last couple of months, when I made my project pan Instagram, that's when I really started getting into project pan. And then like a week or so after I made my Instagram, I'm like, I'm gonna go through my makeup and just get rid of anything I don't use. If it was an iffy product, I threw it into my makeup bag, and if I didn't reach for it, then I just tossed it. But a lot I got rid of. If you see those drawers back there, I did make a declutter video, but it's kind of terrible. I had like 4 drawers of those full. I think there's one more at the top, 1, 2, 3, whatever. I had those, the top ones. Oh no, it was just the top 3, like the skinnier ones, like the Alex 9 drawers. I had the top 3 full, and then I went down to 2. Now I only have 1. I probably could expand it into 2, but I don't really need it. And when I did it, I texted my boyfriend. I'm like, this is all my makeup. He's like, you used to have so much more. I'm like, I know, but like I wasn't using it, so there was no point in keeping it. I just been not really into doing like full face makeup anymore. I like natural. I don't really care if some of it, like some of my redness peaks through. But anyway, once I really got into project panning, I did do quite a few project pans like a couple years ago, and I never really stuck with it. Now I don't do like set project pans. I just try and use it up on my own, at my own pace. But like recently, like within the last couple of months, I've just come to the realization that makeup doesn't make me as happy as it used to. And I think that's how the biggest thing that people need to realize when overcoming any addiction. Like, if it doesn't bring you that same happiness, I feel like that's when you're going to change. When you have realized, I would say when you've hit rock bottom, but even then sometimes, but I haven't like hit rock bottom. This hasn't like damaged me in any way. It just opened my eyes to how much money I was wasting. But when you don't get the same feelings, you don't get the same satisfaction, you don't get the same high, I guess you could say, from whatever your addiction is. Like, I don't get the same feeling as when I go to Ulta. When I go to Ulta, it kind of overwhelms me now. I'm like, oh my god, I need to get in, get what I need and get out. Before, I would spend hours at Ulta and I would buy a ton of stuff, and that's what made me feel good. It doesn't make me feel good anymore. It honestly makes me nervous. I was going to say that going into Ulta gives me anxiety, but I saw this thing on Facebook where a lot of people say, oh my god, that gives, you're giving me anxiety. I have anxiety now, but you're not really anxious. You are just nervous. So I'm not diagnosed with anxiety, so I don't want to say, oh my god, it gives me anxiety, because I don't know. I'm not diagnosed with anxiety, so I would just say it makes me nervous. I just don't want to, it doesn't even make me nervous actually going into Ulta. It just overwhelms me now. So I feel like that's any addiction. I feel like somebody can't tell you that you need to stop, or people told me all the time, boyfriends, my family, they're like, you spend so much money on makeup, do you even use all that makeup? And I'm like, yeah, I had myself convinced that I needed all this makeup and that I used it, but I didn't need it. I was just wasting money. I'm using my Radiant Creamy Concealer by NARS. But once I've realized myself that I don't need all this makeup and it doesn't make me feel happy like it once did. Of course, I still like makeup, but and it was actually just buying makeup. It was actually just going to the makeup store and looking at all the new products and just buying a bunch of stuff. That's what made me happy. The actual having the makeup didn't really make me happy. And actually, I wanted to throw this in somewhere. I didn't know how I was going to segue into it, but I'm just going to throw it in here. I remember I was friends with this girl on Facebook that I went to school with. I think I went to school with her, but she was a couple years younger than her. Doesn't matter. Anyway, she posted a picture of her makeup collection, and she had a decent amount. She has more than I have. She had more than I have now. She's like, oh my god, I have so much makeup. And in my head, I'm laughing. I'm like, wow, you think that's a lot of makeup? You should see my makeup. The fact that she had less makeup than me and I had more makeup, whether I used it or not, she probably used most of the makeup that she had because she didn't have that much. But I just felt so good that I had a bigger makeup collection than somebody. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely absurd. So yeah, I've just realized that I don't need all this makeup. And actually, because it was getting to the point where I was looking at my makeup collection, I'm using Toffee eyeshadow by Studio Gear. It got to the point where I would look at my makeup collection and I'd be like, oh my god, this is so much. I really sat down and said I need to just get rid of all of this. So now I could pretty much tell you everything that's in my makeup collection. So my nose gets so itchy. I could pretty much tell you everything that's in my makeup collection, except for the lip products. I think I need to go back and redo go through and declutter my lip products, because I don't really use lip products too much. When I do, I tend to gravitate towards the NYX lip creams because I just love them. So I need to find other lip products that are similar to them. I have a lot of actual lipsticks and lip gloss. I hate lip gloss right now. Maybe I'll get back into it. I don't know, because I was going through a phase where I'm like, oh my god, lip gloss all the time. Personally, I don't like bold, glossy colors. I prefer when bold colors are matte. So anytime, which was pretty much all the time, because I hardly ever wore bold lipsticks, bold lip colors, but anytime I wasn't wearing a bold color, it had to have a gloss on it. Now I'm like, no gloss on anything. That was just my Fit Me powder. I don't like it. I need to get my next one out of my bag, but I just use that because I have it here. Now I'm taking my Studio Gear blush in the color Infatuation. So I'm just glad I've realized myself that I don't need all this makeup, because if I didn't, I would still have so much makeup that I don't need. So I'm just trying to declutter my whole life because I need to get into the mindset of I'm trying to move out within the next year or two. So I need to just say, will I need this when I move out? If I do not, I need to either sell it, give it away, throw it away, something. I think I'm done. I haven't been spraying my face because I just don't like the spray that I have. I need to go to Ulta and get the next one. So that is my makeup addiction story. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.